Bande Mataram. Welcome to Oral Learning Koraput. Today we have discussed about the last stanza, fourth stanza of the poem Solitary Reaper. This is written by William Wordsworth. From previous classes we have noticed all about the thought process, thinkings of the poet and the mindful singing and reaping of the solitary reaper. Let us come to the last stanza. Whatever the theme, the maiden sang, as if her song could have no ending. I saw her singing at her work and over the sickle bending. Whatever the theme. In the previous stanza, we have noticed that the poet did not get the meaning of the song. Thematically, the poet did not get the meaning of the song. Here, in the third stanza, the poet stood there spellboundly and in the state of ambiguity, but he could not think whether this is the reason of his melancholic song or that is the reason of the melancholic song. In the last stanza, the poet says, whatever the theme, the maiden sang. Who is the maiden? A young unmarried girl, that is maiden. The young unmarried girl, that is a young girl who is unmarried, that is maiden. Whatever the theme of the melancholic song, the sad song, as if her song could have no ending. First of all, we have to notice that the Highlandlass was singing an unending, never-ending song. Whatever she was singing about, the young woman sang, as through her song would never end. As through the song would never end. I saw her singing at her work. Her work means, what was she doing? She was reaping with a sickle. Sickle, what is sickle? Sickle means a tool that is being used to cut the harvest, or a tool cutting grass or cutting paddy. That is sickle. So the poet says here, whatever the theme was unnoticed. The theme was unknown to the poet. Who was singing? The Highlandlass. The girl was singing. Simultaneously, she was reaping too. As if her song could have no ending. She was singing a never-ending song. The first person, the poet. I saw her. The poet saw. Wordsworth saw the girl singing at her work. What was the girl doing? The girl was singing in her language. And over the sickle bending. Singing and sickle bending. Sickle, what is sickle? A tool for cutting grass and paddy. Sickle bending. I listened motionless and still, and as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore long after it was heard no more. I listened. The poet listened to her without moving. The poet stayed there. The poet stood there spellboundly. The poet was unmoved. Why? The song that came from the girl purely vibrated to the poet, and the poet listened to the song. To her means to song without moving. If the poet moves, disturbance is created and may the girl stop her singing or reaping. And as I walk down up a hill, they are walking up a hill. I carried her music in my heart. The poet carried the music. Whose music? The melancholic music of the girl, Highland Lass. I carried her music in my heart. I still do. Stillness was found. The poet was unmoved hearing the sad song of the girl. I still do. Long after I stopped hearing it. Here, the solitary reaper song seemed to be a never-ending one. The reaper, unmindful, the reaper unmindfully stayed there. The girl, the reaper, was unnoticed about the poet's presence and kept on singing. While cutting and binding the grain, since the poet did not understand her language, she might have been singing one song after one another. So, to the poet, the song appeared that no meaning. Unstoppably, pauselessly, she was singing for the sake of singing. And lastly, we have to discuss about the poetic devices that are used in the last stanza. First, the theme, whatever the theme, the theme, if the consonant sound repeats here, so that the poetic device, the figures of speech is alliteration, th. The theme is your alliteration. And over the sickle bending. And over the sickle bending. This is not in the prose order, so that its figures of speech is inversion. If we write this sentence in prose order, we may write the sickle is bending over, so that and over the sickle bending, this is inversion. Next, I listen motionless and still. Here the word motionless and still, two have same meaning, so that I listen motionless. Who listened motionless? The poet listened motionlessly, and he was still singing hearing the girl's sad song. I listened motionless and still. Here motionless and still both have same meaning, so that the figures of speech is your tautology. Next, last, the music in my heart I bore. This is not written in the prose order. The music in my heart I bore. I bore the music in my heart. If we write in a prose order, I bore the music in my heart. So it is not in the prose order, so that we can say that The poetic device is your inversion. I have given you all the figures of speeches in the group. Then finally, what is the true message of the poem? The true message of the poem is the simple moments of life can have extreme beauty and that can soothe our soul. All other activities will be given in the group. You can do in your homework and check after answering. Thank you. Vande Mataram.